If you've been watching a lot of my recent videos, especially any of the February videos, which are very important videos, if you haven't seen, let's go back and watch them. A lot of photographers think the difference between a great picture, an amateur picture, professional picture is the camera. But after 42 years, I can tell you that's not really how it works. So today we're going to do a real world test. We are going to test, these are both tested on the Lumix S5 II. It's a full frame camera. We're testing the Meike 85 f1.8 lens. It's considered a budget lens. And the Lumix 85 f1.8. I forgot to check the prices when I looked, but I believe this Meike was about $250 somewhere in there, and it might have been around $300. And the Lumix was, I believe, $549, $600. I'll leave a link at the bottom and let you know that. I forgot, my bad. But we're going to compare these two lenses. Everything is exactly the same. Same lighting, same studio, same model, same camera, same everything. The only thing we're changing are the lenses. And you may be asking, why are you comparing the 85? Well, we were doing headshots, and I think you'll find that most photographers prefer the 85mm for headshots. It compresses the background, it flatters the face, it creates a beautiful background blur, not so much in this case, we're shooting a black background, and it just really gives your pictures that look. Really, I think the 85 is my favorite for the face. And a lot of photographers think that too, but some photographers disagree. It's all an opinion. Most everything is an opinion in photography. So I am going to show you these two lenses right here, about the same weight, about the same size, not much difference. I'm going to roll through and just let you look at all of her pictures and see what you think. So let's roll those pictures and take a look at them. Now, could you tell much difference between those pictures? Could you tell which lens was half as much as the other lens? The one thing you couldn't really tell a lot about was the depth of field, because I was using a black background, so you couldn't really see the bokeh very well. That's okay. I have seen the bokeh on the Meike, and it looks really good. So other than I should have thought ahead to not use the black background, that's what I used. She had blonde hair, and we were looking for some pictures to go with that. So that's what we'd used. But I think those pictures that you just saw are very, very, very close. I don't think you can tell much difference in sharpness. I don't think you can tell much difference in hardly anything. Now, maybe you can, but I'm going to run a few side by side, and let's see if you can tell which ones are which on those. So take a guess and see which ones you can tell are Lumix and which ones are Meike. And there you go. Were you able to tell which ones were shot on the Meike lens and which ones were shot onto the Lumix lens for sure? Well, that second time you watched them was probably a little easier because one had a L on them and one had a M on them. So it was a little easier to tell at the time, but I wanted you to know what you were looking at. But if you're being honest looking at them, you can tell very, very little difference. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say this half-price Meike lens is just as good or better than this Lumix lens, because The Lumix is a pro lens. It's weather sealed. Now this Meike is called the 85 Pro. They also make an 85, but it's not a Pro. It's a little more expensive than just the regular one, but it's still right at about half price. They're both weather sealed. I think the Lumix is probably a little better weather sealing on it, and it's probably got a little better glass, a little bit. But when it comes right down to it, what it matters, what did you see in those images that would drive you to buy either one of these lenses for double the price of the other one? Did anything stand out anywhere that you saw, oh, I'd easily pay double for this lens over this lens? I'm just asking. I've got both of them, so I like them both. I like to keep backups. I think that's why I like to have two of everything. But I think people worry too much about gear. You can take a budget lens and create some beautiful pictures if you know what you're doing. And obviously you can take a pro lens and get beautiful pictures if you know what you're doing. It's just very, very easy. But I think if you take a look into those pictures, rewind them, stop them, look at them, compare them side by side, you're going to have a very hard time coming up with a way to convince yourself that you need to spend double on one of those lenses over the other one because the quality is that much better. So, short video today, guys. Just wanted to show you the difference. If you haven't seen those videos from February, jump on them soon because they're only going to be free for a while. In just a few months, they're going to be going into a category because I spent the month of February starting basically from beginning in photography to 42 years. I covered pretty much 42 years of my photography career and bits and pieces and things to do and what not to do in those videos. So it's important that you guys watch them and watch them while they're free. You'll still be able to get to them, but you have to be in the membership club, which we don't have yet. So they're free right now. We're not in a rush because we're just not in a rush to make money yet. But I did quit photography full time to do this. So this will be my income. So we will be charging a little bit. It won't be much, but like $5. So it's not like charging you for a wedding or anything. But anyway, you guys get the point. You've seen what other photographers do. So hopefully ours will be better. So if you don't need the best lens or the best camera, what do you need? You need to practice. You need to learn good lighting, good composition, and you need to understand your camera and how it works. And that'll make a bigger difference than anything else because great photos come from the photographer, not from the equipment. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope we were able to help you out. If you have any questions, drop a question down at the bottom or feel free to drop me an email. We'll get back to you. I appreciate it. You guys have a great day. Thank you.